Okay. Well, welcome to Over the Top. This is Sauce Boss Saucy here with This Is Awesome Promotions. I'm going to be doing a tutorial here of WWE 2K23 GM mode. We're going to be putting this on max difficulty. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to get through your first week, how to draft the best possible roster, and how to book your first show. If you're somebody who plays 2K23, I can, there is a sharp learning curve to figuring out how this goes. If you don't, you just enjoy booking fantasy cards, this can be useful information for you anyway. So, especially if you're in the eFed game, you can take what they have here in GM mode and you can apply it towards booking a show in your own Fed. If you're watching along at home, let me know if you can hear me. Drop a message in the chat. Would love to hear from you. I know it's been a while since we did a live stream, and happy to get back into it. Lexi, I see you there in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me out there. I usually don't stream, but tonight we're streaming from an Xbox here. We're going to do a little bit of GM mode. So here we go. Could use your input here on who to pick for my draft. Goth says draft Oz. Hello Xavier. We're going to skip the tutorial here because I know exactly what to do. And of course we're going to go with the who are we going to take? Xavier Woods is who you want to take, the best possible player in the game right now, and I'm a big fan of NXT Black and Gold. I also like WCW. Okay, and we're gonna go against. Let's see, I despise Sonya Deville, and I also despise Eric Bischoff. We'll take Bischoff. We'll put him on NXT 2.0, which I also despise, and we'll just run with that. Let me know what you think in the chat on who I should draft first here. Draft LA Knight. I don't know that LA Knight is in this game, but what we're going to do is we're going to take this game difficulty up to maximum difficulty, and we're going to use a custom pool. So you can just, maybe I'll just use the default pool. If you've never played this game before, you can unlock a bunch of legendary characters and playable characters by playing these other modes. So a lot of the characters I do have unlocked. Some of them I don't. I didn't spring for the Accelerator or for the Super Deluxe version of this game. So we're just going to rock with the stock version of the game here, and that's really all you need in order to have a good time with GM mode. Truth be told, I play GM mode more than any other mode of this game, and it's just because it's super chill, it's fun to do, and you get to run your own federation really without a lot of the junk that gets wrapped up into it. So my load times are pretty long here on the Xbox One, but yeah, we're just going to skip that here. So we go right into the draft, and a couple tips here. We're going to be working on maximum difficulty, so that means you're going to have 4 matches per show. That means you're going to need at least 8 wrestlers per card. But you also want to mix in some tag team matches to get some variety. So now you're talking about 10 active wrestlers per card. It says you have to draft at least 9, but we're going to draft about 14 wrestlers here. There's not a lot to choose from when it comes to the Giants. So I always start with the Giants first. You only got 1 page here. And it's not a bad idea to start with the least expensive ones. You'll do better off having more wrestlers on your payroll that costs less than to get the top guy that's available. But looking here, we want at least 1 giant male and 1 giant female. Any thoughts on who I should go with here? I do really like Gunther, but there's a big jump in price here. Almost is fine. Don't pay any attention to the stamina stat there. Your stamina is going to naturally rise, but the popularity is the item that's going to tick things up. So it's interesting how Aziz here is a 53 pop, but you've got Ivar and Mace are a little bit higher. You know, I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to take both of those guys at this number here. So I'm going to take Ivar, and then so our computer player here is taking the best available, which is a mistake because you're going to run out of money really quickly when you do that. Who's the top female? Dewdrop is the top female. Tamina is the only heel female, so we're actually going to take Tamina here.
WCW selects Tamina. There's nobody meaner than Tamina on this roster.
I would never, ever draft a show like this, but for the sake of this game, you can do a lot more with less. So we'll take Dewdrop as well. Not only am I getting the Giants for my roster, I'm taking them away from my opponent's roster. Let's see. We say we're going to take Mace as well.
WCW picks Mace. Beautiful pick for the GM as they pick Mace. Only a matter of time before
now we need some cruiserweights to go with them. So again, we're going to start right at the bottom here and see where we can get some value. Now it's really just a matter of who you really enjoy. I like Roxy Perez. I like Shotzi too. And I like Liv Morgan, so we're gonna take Liv. We're gonna take Liv Morgan here.
Liv Morgan. The GM looking to live dangerously. She's a forward-thinking pick for sure. Who's going next to where the big boy?
So Liv Morgan is gonna work exclusively with Tamina. Now we need somebody to work exclusively with Dewdrop. We need a heel female. That's gonna be Shotzi. Alright, so we're good there. Now we need some male cruiserweights. I'm a mark for Ricochet, so I may end up taking him. And I don't like these other dudes, so yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll take Ricochet there.
Ricochet, WWE's resident superhero, lands on a new night. A superstar who is finally ready for his
okay. Let's see, we took Ricochet, now we need a heel cruiserweight. And I don't watch a whole lot of WWE, to be honest, at least not recently. So a lot of these NXT guys I don't know very well at all. I know some of them are bumped up to the main card now, but I just don't care. I know later we could change a heel character into a face character, so it's not entirely important, but I think we're going to go cheap here. So we're going to err on the side of having a large roster. Here we go. So fighters, we want to keep it around 180 if possible. Damian Priest would be a good pickup. I'll never draft Logan Paul. And we'll take a Dexter Lumis. This is going to be a really bad looking roster, but for the game mechanics, it's going to work. You got to trust me on that. Alright, so that was a fighter. Now we need somebody to go against Dexter Lumis. We need a heel that is a bruiser. Sheamus, Ridge Holland, Happy Corbin. Oh, I ironically love Happy Corbin. So we're going to take him. Okay, now specialists can work with anybody, but let's go with a heel fighter. Oh, we got to start thinking about the ladies. A lady heel fighter, and I love me some Dakota Kai.
Moving on in the draft. Who's the next pick for team?
All right, so against Dakota Kai, we need a bruiser who is a face. Bianca Belair looks pretty good there, and I may splurge on her here because there's nothing else on this first page, so we're going to spend a good amount of money there. All right. So that was, she's my number one now. So that was a bruiser, face. Now we could go for a bruiser who is heel. One thing that's important to remember in this version of the game is that there's one more championship for the men than there are for the women, so it makes sense to have a larger male roster than a female roster, and we're going to go ahead and take that into consideration now and start looking at a heel fighter that's a male. I don't like any of them. So maybe we'll look at a face that is... Well, let's see. We've already got Ivar. Maybe we take Eric as well. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
WCW selects Eric. Eric looking to invade a new territory. This guy is hungry and he is ready to work. A major decision for the WCW general manager.
Okay, Eric is a face. Now we need a heel fighter. Heel fighter. MVP is probably it. We're still looking good on money here. We're going to get just under $1 million with enough room to still pick up a few specialists just to fill in for us. So it's got to be MVP.
WCW drafts MVP.
And now we're going to take our best specialists available within reason. Go with Cameron Grimes.
WCW chooses Cameron Grimes. The NXT 2.0 War Room debating their next pick.
Okay, Matt Riddle would be not a bad buy here. We want to stop at around 500,000. You go below that and you really start getting lean. We're around 16, so we need to really wrap it up here. Cameron Grimes was a heel. We need a face. Riddle is looking good. Edge is looking really good. $57 versus a 60, and it's a 30 grand difference. Screw it. Let's go for it. And then we're going to pick one more lady, but it's got to be somebody cheap. Indy Hartwell, Zoe Stark. We'll go ahead and take Indy, and then that's going to be it. We're going to be done.
Indy Hartwell. And here's the final version of NXT 2.0.
So there we go. They're done as well.
A new brand might be just what she needs.
So star-studded roster on this side. But we don't care if it's pretty. We just want to win.
And here's the GM's final roster.
Just ugly roster. I get it. I get it. But trust me on this. It's going to work out just fine.
Look at all this talent. But in the end, only one brand will win.
So you can see the popularity rankings here. Of course, they got Roman Reigns, Asuka, Becky Lynch, and Finn Balor, all better than my top guys. That's fine. They're not going to be able to afford anything, and they're going to run those guys ragged. I've got 488,000. I imagine that they're running with even less money. All right, so now we're going to get into our first week where we're actually booking the card. And this is interesting. If you've never booked a card for a Fed before, you're going to take a look here and you're going to see a little bit of match psychology about who you book where and what's going to score the best. Okay, so Bischoff is going to talk some trash here. I can't wait to get started. I don't think your choices make a difference here. Sometimes they give you a card you can use, but usually not. Here's Bischoff just being a jerk. He says, I'm going to beat you. So what? Bring it. Alright, so we have to pick our champion. Whoever we pick to be our champion is going to get an extra 10 points right off the bat. So we want to think about what we want our first championship run to be. And let's see, we've got a giant and a cruiser. So Ricochet and Massey would be a good main event run here. So let's go ahead and we'll give Rick O'Shea a little bit of a bump here, make him our champion since Vince will never do it. And for the ladies, we've got a bruiser, we've got, here we go, Tamina and Liv Morgan. This is a nice one here. Let's go ahead, we'll put it on Liv Morgan. Okay, so you're going into first week. Triple H is going to give you a goal. And he's saying, do not put Bianca Belair in a match this week, which kind of stinks because she's my best wrestler. And he's saying, if you want to get a free card that you can use against your opponent, then you can't book Bianca. Well, I want as many cards as I can get. So we're definitely going to make sure that we don't book... we're not going to book Bianca. Alright, so we said we were going to put Ricochet in a match for the title, but really the most important thing to do during week 1 is to get all of your titles on people right away. That means there is a secondary title we want to get out. And for the men, we had a cruiser versus a giant, and let's see here, we can do Happy Corbin versus Eric for the next one, or we can do Dexter Lumis versus Dexter Lumis versus Happy Corbin, right? Bruiser versus Fighter. There, that's what we want. So you see how they're lit up green there. That's how you can tell that you are definitely going to have a quality matchup. They work well together. You can go into the style matches here, and they tell you here, based on which kind of match that you do, there's a different cost. There's a different stamina cost as well. So the more in-depth the match is, the more stamina it's going to sap from your wrestler. You see, normal and table matches are pretty low stamina costs. You get into these bigger ones, and you're really going to slow things down. In addition to that, the cost for some of these bigger matches is just insane. So what I usually do is I'm going to add in the stipulations later after I've got the matches booked against each other. So we're going to get a title out there. Then we want to get the tag team titles out there as well. So we said that we had Eric and Ivar. They are a bruiser and a giant, so we want a heel cruiser. There we go. Versus a heel fighter. Where are you, heel fighter? There we go. This is going to be a banger. See, everything's lit up green. We are all good there. Alright, let's do the same thing for the ladies. And remember that we're just doing this so that the ladies can get a pop. They get, as soon as they get a belt on them, they get an extra 10 points of popularity, and they never have to wrestle in another tag team match again. Alright, so Bianca Belair is going to sit out. We can't use her. We're going to have to use our female specialist here instead of Bianca. So Indy Hartwell and Doudrop versus Shotzi and there we go. Looking good. That's all good there. And now this final match here. Now we can go ahead and get this rivalry started here between Liv Morgan and Tamina. Championship match. Alright, we got 4 title matches here. Not matches that you traditionally would want to see, but they're all people that are going to work really well together. And to the side here, we can work on setting up some other some future rivalries, because this game is all about setting up the rivalries. The higher your rivalry levels are, the more stars you're going to get per match. So this is good here. We want these two guys to work together. Ricochet is the champion, and Masay is going to work well with him. They're going to call each other out. So now we're going to do the same thing, but backwards. The mic skill for these guys is not very good. I know some people look at the mic skill before they draft people. I don't. I don't take it into consideration at all. I would rather have people that work well together. And then a self promo here. Remember, we're giving Bianca Belair the day off. Cameron Grimes has higher stamina, so let's go ahead and let him hype himself up here. This is how we're going to book it. Right now, we're spending $8,000 on the show. Go ahead and add some stipulations here. You want your first match and your last match to be your two best matches. So let's add some stipulations here. We'll make this an Extreme Rules match for the title. And then in the main event, we're going to go hard here. We're going to spend some money. We're going to make this a steel cage match, which is a 50% chance to add to the rivalry level. It does make it pretty expensive, but it's the right thing to do. I think that's the right thing to do. This is a good looking show so far. We don't have any choices in regards to the show logistics. We don't need to hire anybody else right now, and now we should start thinking about picking up some of these cards if you can afford them. Another thing I can do here is I can steal a wrestler from the other guy's roster, and you bet your ass I'm going to take their best wrestler, probably Becky Lynch, maybe Roman Reigns, as soon as week 1 is over. This is why you want Xavier Woods. He's the only one that has this card, and it's very, very good. The other card I got for choosing WCW, not as good. It just extends a contract of somebody that you don't permanently have. These first two, not super enticing. Since I'm kind of short on funds these first few weeks, I'm not going to buy those. Select an opposing brand, double the price of their power cards in the shop next week. Well, I'd have to spend money to prevent them from spending money. I'm not crazy about that either, so I'm not going to buy any of these. I'm just going to save the money. Health Spa is actually nice. You know, I'll take the Health Spa because it will help people get their stamina back. Well, good. We'll give it to Bianca Belair since we can't use her anyway. That's it. I think that we're done. We're ready to go ahead and book it. Do not put Bianca Belair in a match this week. She's not in a match this week. She's nowhere on the card this week. So blow it out your butt. And the reward I get will be that crew logistics will be free. All right. So once we're done here, we're gonna lock it in, and then we're gonna see what the computer does here. If you can still hear me in the chat, say hello. Let me know how you're doing. It's good to see Lexi, and it's good to see Goth. It's been a little while, but we're trying to make some new content here for the YouTube channel, and there's no better way to really record this content than through the Twitch stream. So here we are. I can hear we missed you. Lexi, you're the best. So here we go. So my 3 stars, not bad for week 1, considering there's no rivalries there. There we go. Rivalry increases. Perfect. This is going to be probably 3 stars, 2 to 3 stars. 2 stars, that's fine. You want your second match to be not as good as your opening match. It's good that we've got a mix of men and women. We've got singles matches. We've got tag team matches. We don't have any triple threats or fatal 4-ways, but that's just lazy booking. You only book that if someone hasn't had a match in a long time. So we're perfectly fine here. That promo from Masay sucked, and it did nothing for the rivalry. Now this is the team that my heart wants to win, Although the fans don't care yet because there hasn't been a rivalry really established there. Cameron Grimes cuts a nice promo. And here's our main event. We're hoping for 3.5 stars. Tamina is our new champ. 4 stars, perfect. And the rivalry goes up 1. So making all kinds of progress here. All right, now we want these guys to suck, but let's look at what we got here. They have Roman Reigns defending his title in the main event, which means that they are not putting the belt on their mid-card champion. They are not putting the belt on their women's tag team, and they're leaving some popularity out on the table here. So I think they really screwed up, at least during week 1. They'll probably get better. They'll perform better this week, but as time goes on, you're going to see with their smaller roster and their lower pool of cash that we're going to come back, or we're going to pass them. Good for you guys. 3 stars, same as what we had. Little promo there. Good. Screw him. Little call out there. Nothing happens. Perfect. I'm loving that. 3 stars. That's pretty good. The terrible promo from Wesley. And surprise, Roman holds, but our main event was better. So I think we probably won this. We got a good booking. They got a good booking, but you can kind of see the ebb and flow here. They give you this line graph of where your stars should be, right? Your opening match should catch the attention of your audience. Then you can kind of slow things down a little bit in the middle. You don't want to burn out your audience by having too much excitement the whole way through. So you want to let them kind of rest and use the bathroom, get a drink, whatever. And then you want to finish strong, and we did. We did finish strong here, even though our third match wasn't as good. Our beginning and ending were very good, and we did get some rivalries going, but not as a result of any matches. Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. We got 3 as a result of matches. All right, so let's see who's winning here. Whoever has more fans is going to be in the lead here. We got 1,042,000. We did lose 10 grand this week, which is not great. We didn't want to lose any money, but it's because we spent so much money on that cage match. And I mean, less than 10 grand is almost like breaking even, so I'm not too worried there. So we had 1,042,000. They got 1,044,000. They edged us out a little bit. That's okay. Like we said before, we're going to have much greater pop this next week. And they made 40 grand because they didn't spend any money on any of their matches. They started with more popular wrestlers, so they're going to get more fans. We're playing the long game here. Week 1, you're always going to lose. Nobody wins the championship week 1. So we're right there. We were 2,000 off of where they are. Keep in mind that you go 5 weeks. Every 5 weeks is a pay-per-view, so we've got some time to build here before WrestleMania. Alright, so Triple H is going to give us any warnings here. He says don't book Tamina because she's tired. She needs a rest. So maybe we'll give her the week off here. Liv Morgan says she wasn't happy about losing her belt to Tamina, so she wants a rematch, and she wants it before anybody else gets a match. Sure thing. Always say yes. Say whatever they ask for, just say yes, 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 and they get a little bit of a morale boost, and then just make sure you do what you promise. So in our journal here, it's going to tell us exactly what we need to give to who. If you're running an eFed, a lot of things in this My GM mode is the same you're going to see in an eFed. You need to manage your roster size. You need to pair up people who work well together. You need to think about your card, how you book it. You want to start strong, you want to finish strong. In the middle, you can have your weaker matches. That's fine. You want to run your cards in 5-week cycles. You know, don't blow all your content in that first week. You want to build it up. You want to build these rivalries. You want people to continue to work together, but a little bit differently each week, and that's what we're trying to do here. It says, do not book my most popular giant this week. Well, okay, fine. So let's figure out who our most popular giant is. And it's Tamina, who we're not supposed to book her anyway, so that's perfect. We're going to give her the week off. We just need to make sure that nobody gets a match with her before Liv Morgan does. All right. Well, next thing we want to do is we want to look at our stamina, and anyone who's high in stamina needs to have a match this week. So Cameron Grimes versus Edge seems like a no-brainer here. Neither one of them have done anything. They're both specialists, meaning that they can work against anybody. And we wanted Dexter Lumis to run against Happy Corbin, which we can still do that, and we will do that. So that's going to be a stinker of a match. We'll just drop it in there. But let's do this championship match. We're going to give Dexter an automatic rematch here, like that. Okay, who else do we got here? Not popularity. We want to look at stamina. Okay, Doudrop needs to start working against Shotzi. Like that. That is not a main event. We probably want to think about, there's no rivalry there between those two guys. We need to get a rivalry 1 matchup here. So Ricochet versus Massey would be the way to go. Yup. I'm sold on that. And this is not going to be a bad card. I'm good there. Alright, who else needs some work? Well, we can think about trying to increase some rivalries here. We just have to look at who has a rivalry going. Well, Tamina has the week off, but Liv Morgan doesn't need to have the week off. She can increase that rivalry while Tamina is not working. And now we can start to work on some... Do we really want to work on some single rivalries, or do we want to work on these tag team rivalries? Let's see. You know what? We can just run another tag team match next week. I don't know if you cut a promo against a tag team, if that really gets you a whole lot. And we need to think about doing something with Bianca Belair, who hasn't had a match yet, and she needs to be working with Dakota Kai. That's what we're gonna do. Bianca and Dakota Kai, and then we'll have Dakota Kai and Bianca. Alright, we got to get that off the ground here pretty soon. Okay, that's all good. We can now open the high school gym. What's nice about these extra logistics here is that if you meet the goal, you get automatic bonuses. So for instance, this one, if we booked a superstar with 2 star power in a level 1 rivalry, they'll get +1 popularity. So we want to do that. It costs $5 grand to unlock. We'll do that, and then we'll go ahead and book it. We did have a rivalry set up at our main event, so we are going to meet that. Ooh, now that's a good card. Okay, so we need to think about spending some money here for later on. Raise the popularity of the superstar with the lowest popularity by 15. We're doing that. That's a pretty penny. And then later on we can increase the level of a TLC match to 50 grand, or to basically a 5-star match. We're going to need that as well. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we're also going to rob the other handler of their best guy. So, well, I do like Finn Balor. I think we can only take a non-champion, and which one do we want to take? I think we should take Finn Balor. Although, if we take their giant, they won't have a giant. They won't have any giants. Well, we're taking Finn Balor, just because I like Finn Balor.
I should have known he was as good as dead when they wheeled him in.
Right? That's the right move, isn't it? Finn Balor. 65. Yep. You're mine. Goodbye, Finn. Okay. So now we are financially crippling our opponent, which is the right thing to do. And now we just need to make these matches a little bit more exciting. We'll go ahead and we'll make it a TLC match. And this opening match, we will make it Extreme Rules. And then nothing in the middle. I think this is good. I mean, as good as it's gonna get. Lock it in, let's go. So if you played 2K22, you'll notice there's a lot of changes in GM mode up into 2K23. You can go from 2 players on the couch co-op in GM mode to up to 4 players. You can do triple threat matches. You can do fatal 4-way matches. There are additional match types in here. There are different card sets. There's a lot of course, you have over 180 wrestlers plus the ability to download or create 50 additional ones. So just massive roster, and they've learned a lot of lessons from the previous version of the game. So this is not a whole lot different from 2K22, but it is a lot of fun. I promise you that. The only thing that they're missing is online play. I don't know why that they won't make this available unless you're on the same console. Maybe you can play it on Steam if you can find a way to spoof, being on the same location. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how I would be able to run this game against 3 other people in a live stream unless I do all of the navigation, and that just sounds like a miserable chore, so I'm just not going to do it. I'm also not going to spectate the matches. I'm not going to play the matches because that'll take for freaking ever. If you want to do that type of stuff, you go into universe mode and you run it in there, and that's going to give you a similar experience. Some of the other modes of this game are actually really cool. The showcase mode features John Cena, and you get to beat him up over and over and again until you get to the final John Cena, which he's invisible. He's a set of shoes and a set of jean shorts, and he's a perfect score. He's a 100 in the game, and he's really freaking difficult to beat. I had to turn the difficulty down to easy just to beat the dude. The My Rise mode is also really cool, where you can create a wrestler and start from the bottom and work your way up. You can unlock some really cool things in the game by doing those 2 modes. So the showcase mode, you can unlock a bunch of wrestlers and arenas. In the My Rise mode, you can unlock some fictional arenas, which are really cool, like a high school gym and an indie show. You have to do a lot of different things in the game to unlock all the content. And of course, if you want to unlock some of the legendary wrestlers, you need to just play regular matches in a 1-player mode, collect coins. What I suggest that you do is that as soon as you load the game, you go into the roster and you pick your least favorite wrestler and you drop their stats to the absolute minimum. In my case, it's Roman Reigns. He's a 99 stock in the game. I dropped him down to a 30 in the game. And what I do is I run the game on the hardest difficulty against Roman Reigns, beat the snot out of him for 5 minutes, get that 5-star match. You get about 1,000 coins, and then you can unlock a new wrestler every time you get those 1,000 coins. Just don't mess around with him because you will lose those matches, even though he's horrible. It takes a long time and a lot of move variety in order to get those 5 stars. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's go ahead and we'll check out what we do here. We're hoping for 3 stars. Okay, that's what we wanted. Here we go. Rivalry up to a 2. That's great. That's going to allow us to get the bonuses that we want to get later on. You know, something in e-fetting we don't pay a lot of attention to is the level of rivalry we have going. We tend to like burn through these matchups, and everything is a one-off. And it's really nice when you have people who collaborate and they run a long-term story, or at least something that expands the length of a complete cycle. You can have some really nice one-offs, and you see a lot of those in these tournaments or these super shows, but it's even better when there's anticipation behind a match. Like, finally they meet in the ring. You know, finally they get their hands on each other. That's something you see in this game as well, but a lot of times it's built up by repeatedly facing the same people over and over and over again, which I guess is the WWE way, but it tends to work here, right? As long as your final match is bigger than the rest of them, it still pays off. Okay. This is for neither title. Just Shotzi just is a tag title holder. Here we go, another level 2. We want 4 stars here. Massey is the new champ. Well, that sucked. That was not what we wanted there. But that should help with their popularity. Let's see, they have 1, 2... Okay, so now they're starting to get their belts out on people. So the women's tag team belts are going out. Their men's secondary championship is going out. So they're starting to make some moves here. They put the belt on... Or they put Walter Gunther in that match for that secondary title. I was very close to taking him. That was tempting. With 2 stars, please. Oh, that's bad. That was a TLC match, though. They spent money on that one. Makes me wonder if their main event is going to be as good as their opening match. So far, they're kicking my butt again. But we're going to get there. Playing the long game. Pretty good. Son of a gun, Roman Reigns. So we got a good booking. They got a good booking. We're keeping pace with each other here. And reminder, this is on the most difficult setting. So there are no slouches. We made a little bit of money. That's good. We picked up some fans. We got 1,079,000. They're probably 1,090,000. So that's fine. We knew they were going to be where they are because they have more popular wrestlers. And they made more money. There we go. With that Hell Spot card. So they're beating us here, but we are right there with them, keeping pace. When we get into WrestleMania, we're going to pass. Goth says that Gunther's talent is TLC matches. I don't know if that changes from mode to mode, or if it's always TLC matches. It seems like some of this stuff is randomized every time you set up a new campaign in GM mode, but I could be wrong about that. Hey, what was that stunt you pulled last show? Like that. I hate Eric Bischoff so much. You like that? Gotta get dirty if you want to win. Yeah, screw you, Eric Bischoff. If you want to play that way, watch your back. Fine, what are you gonna do, bud? He's mad because I stole Finn Balor. Finn's like, hey, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to have you, Finn. Somebody tell Megan G that I put Finn Balor on the roster. She'll be happy to hear that. He's ready to go. Happy Corbin. I'm not happy to lose. As former champion, I want a rematch. Nobody else better get a hardcore championship match before me. Sure, yeah, anything you want. Everybody gets everything they want. I'm a beneficent god. Okay, have at least one Iron Man match. Oh, great. Great, we can do an Iron Man match for the title, right? We said we were going to give Tamina a match against Liv Morgan. Where's Liv Morgan? Okay, sure. Yeah, you can have that title match. It can be an Iron Man. Come on now. Iron Man. Okay, sure. Just don't get injured. Yeah, we like that. That'll be wild. And who else said that? Happy Corbin. Oh boy, these guys, they're a little dinged up. Maybe we give them the week off. Happy Corbin. Yeah, we'll give him the week off. Now might be a good time to look at who's got a lot of stamina. Oh, Indy Hartwell has way too much stamina. She needs to have a match against somebody here. Yeah, let's do the match finally. It's a level 2 rivalry already. That should be a pretty good match. I think we'll just add a little bit of spice to it here. We'll make it a table match. Okay, who else needs a match? Stamina. Oh, goddamn, Indy. Indy can have a match against. Might have to hire somebody just so Indy Hartwell isn't bored. Maybe I should have stolen Asuka after all. Oh, I've got an idea. Here's what we're going to do. Indy has the match with Shotzi, but there's going to be interference by Dewdrop so that all three get a little bit of work in. You using a run-in will limit your match options. Only simulate. Yeah, fine. That's what we want. We just want to simulate. Alright, now the men don't have a match. We might want to go ahead and do this tag team match since we don't have a tag team match. And who are the champs? Who are the tag team boys here? There we go. Current champs versus... wait now. Where are they at? Where are they at? Oh, here they are. Yeah, we like that. Okay. Do we want a table match? Fine with that. This opener at level 2. That's a level 1. That's a level 2. Alright, let's make this one a little bit more extreme. I think that's the ticket. Alright, who needs to do something? Oh, Cameron Grimes' popularity is not good. And his mic skills a 3. Okay, let's go ahead and hype yourself up. And Finn Balor needs some work, so we need to catch up on fans a little bit. We could do some charity work. Let's go ahead and let's cut a promo here for Finn. Okay. Do we want to go to book 1 level 2 or higher rivalry? Yes, we have that. We can do that right now. We're going to do that. So that'll be good. That'll get us a bonus, which is we want as many bonuses as we can get. Superstars GM raises selected superstars morale. I don't care about morale because I give everybody what they want. 1 false count anywhere match will get a higher than normal rating. Yes, we want to stockpile those. We need at least 2 of these kind of cards for the pay-per-view, so we're gonna take that. And our budget is going down pretty quickly here, but you know, it is what it is. Do we want to heal somebody up here? Yeah, we're gonna need to heal Dexter. Okay. And I think we're good to go. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I know things are not looking good, but trust me on this. It's going to turn around. We're going to get there. Finn's talent table matches, at least in 22. Yeah, so maybe that it is set in stone there every time. But we will we'll put it to the test here. So maybe next week we'll give Finn a match. He doesn't really have anyone to have a match against, so he might be one of those guys that kind of fills a spot so someone could do a run-in. 3 stars in the opener, and I would have liked more than that. This is a stinker. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. There we go. This one should be good. Okie dokie. I love Finn, and please, let's make this a banger. A draw? How do you get a draw in an Iron Man match? That's horrible. Not a fan of that. Man, they are running these guys every week. It's the same guys every week. Although it looks like they did just sign Razor Ramon. I didn't even know Drew Gulak was even in the game. I haven't seen him in WWE in years. Man. I mean, they are kicking my ass with these matches. You got that right. But we're going to make it up. They spent no money on them on any match. And there's... Well, good for them, you know? Good booking. Good booking. They're going to increase our lead a little bit more here. 44,000 fans. We were in the green. That's good to see. They get more fans again, and they make more money again. It's fine. Coast to coast. GM interference booked the show. Well, I never do GM interference. Your wrestlers tend to really get mad when you do that. Alright, so now I'm getting beat by 15,000. It's coming back. 2 more shows, and then once Mania's over, we'll end the live stream here for tonight. Okay, Liv is happy. We gave her what she wanted. Small increase in morale. Like that. Okay, Tamina wants time off again. 2 weeks off? 2 weeks off? Sure, whatever. That means she's not going to have a match at Mania. But that's fine. We'll run her match the week after Mania. Do not book your most popular bruiser. Alright, let's see who that is. Whoops. Most popular bruiser would be Bianca Belair. Okay, fine. So, can't book Tamina. It's time that these guys finally have their match. My God, they've been hyping it up forever. Stamina, okay. So she did that run-in, and it didn't do anything to get over the match. It's fine. We got to get that rivalry going. Alright, do we have any level 2? Okay. Well, that's too bad. It's a level 3. We're not going to be able to do it at Mania. Bianca Belair needs the week off, so Dakota Kai has got to cut a promo on her. Okay. We can do the tag team again, and we will. We're just going to keep doing it until people like it. That's the WWE way, right? There we go. And who is our men's champion? Ricochet versus Mace. Yeah, we got to get that a little bit more exciting here. We're going to do it this week, and we're going to do it next week. Or do we want to... Maybe we hype it up. I mean, I don't like their odds of actually being able to do that successfully, but maybe they can pull it off. Right, and they wanted the rematch which they will get. So that's a level 2, that's a level 2, but that's a title. Drop that there. There we go. It's just a level 1. Okay, maybe we'll switch it then. And steel cage. I mean, if we run the steel cage, they're not going to be able to go next week, so maybe we don't do that. Okay, fine. TLC. Will they be able to have another match next week is the question. These guys, I think they have a lot of stamina. 50. No, they don't. I take it back. I mean, that should be decent. That's it. It's just going to be decent, really. Okay. We're still going to get our bonuses, so it's all good there. Power cards. Okay. The Backstage Brawl is an expensive match, but it does a lot for your guys. Last Man Standing bonus. That's really nice, too. You know what? I didn't even use this card yet. What am I doing? Yeah. I mean, obviously, yes. I should have done that last week. I don't know how I missed that. So, a TLC, false count anywhere, and then we can go ahead and buy the Last Man Standing, and we'll buy the Backstage one as well. I mean, we're running our budget down pretty low right now, but it's okay. We're going to get it back. Tamina's off. Yeah, I like that. So this is the go-home show before we go to Mania, and I expect more of the same here. You know, a lot of 3s and 2s, but next week it's going to be all 5s. Well, it should be a 5-star opening match. It should be a 5-star closing match and a 5-star in the middle. We're getting the rivalries up, which is good. The rivalry went up, which is what we need in the future. Level 4 rivalry, that's going to be just a barn burner of a match. These guys finally get their match. Perfect. That's great. And yes, we're up to a level 4. That's really good. Please, give me 4 stars here. Nice. So that'll be a nice tag team match next week. Here we go. I hope that they make all their people tired and that they get injured. Show me the injury. Rick Boogs. I don't like what they did with his character once he got up to the main roster. Although he wasn't doing much in NXT either. Seems like there was more potential there. And Gunther is still the champion over there. I should have took that guy. Damn him. He's doing charity work now over there to get more fans. But it's not going to help. You know, long term, we're going to beat them. We're going to be the more popular product. R-Truth has beaten Roman Reigns for the title. Wow. Oh, there you go. R-Truth is your new champion over there. So they beat us in every match this week. But not next week. All right, I made some money. I made 50 grand that week. That's shocking. So right now I think they have about 30,000 more fans than we do. And we're going to see just how wrong I was. So, yeah, 33,000 more than us. And if everything I thought and I've been saying is true, then this is where we're going to make it up. And he's using cards on me, and he vetoed Finn Balor. Great. That was a wasted card on his part. That could have been really bad. Okay. Finn Balor can't take place in a match. Fine. Screw you, Eric Bischoff. I stole Finn Balor. That was a low blow. Fair enough. I hope you die, Eric Bischoff. I mean, not literally. Like, I just hope that he's miserable and his plants die. Happy Corbin. Are you happy? Happy Corbin? Yeah, he's a little bit happy. Okay, Cameron Grimes. He's mad that he wants a rematch. Yeah, sure. Yeah, no worries. Sure. All right, so Tamina gets the week off. No worries there, Tamina. So like we said before, we got to do this Ricochet match versus Massey, and that's going to be an insane match. Okay, what are the other big rivalries here? There we go, Corbin and Loomis. That's a level 2. We'll pop that in the middle. We're going to do this tag team thing one more time. And most likely they are going to get injured during this match, but that's okay. And it was MVP. There we go. Those guys are on the brink of being injured, but it's worth it. They won't be injured for long. Okay, who else do we have here? We got a level 1, a level 3 rivalry. Yeah, that should be good. What else we got? We got a level 3 with Tamina. She can't work. Edge. Yep, that's good. It's all very good. So 3, 2, 3, 3 for the title. I mean, that should be the one. All right, let's look at these cards. Survivor Series. Well, yeah. Yes, most definitely. Power cards. One random booked Iron Man match will receive. I mean, we got too much of a good thing now. So the backstage brawl cost $90,000 to do, but it's going to be really high. Yes, we're going to go big here. We're going to go big because I need to prove a point, and I don't want to look like an asshole here. So here we go. This is the 101. It's the backstage brawl. It's going to be so good. Okay, the next one is a TLC or a last man standing. We're going to do a TLC tag team match. There we go. Not tables, TLC. Okay. And then maybe we'll make this middle match 3 versus 3. These guys have a lot of stamina. We'll give that one last man standing or falls count anywhere. We'll do last man standing. And, ooh, it's the branded bonus. Well, now we have to do it. And what was our goal here? Rest your primary solo champions. No. No. Sorry, Trip. I'm not resting my champions during Survivor Series, you idiot. No. It's not worth the card. this is where you're going to make all your money and all your fans. So that's what we're going to do. So we can start thinking about what's going to happen next week. Indy Hartwell needs to do something. She doesn't have anything going right now, and I need more fans, so have her do a little bit of charity work there. That should get us some fans. These two can call each other out. And then we've got one more star that's not booked. Tamina can't work. And Liv Morgan can... let's do a little cell promo. Alright, I think this is going to be 5-star, 3-star, 5-star, 3-star, 5-star. And if that's the case, we should surpass our opponents. Book one special match type. Yeah, we booked one. We booked a lot. Oh, it cost $50,000. We don't have $50,000. We're not buying that. So we'll save that for another time. I mean, I would love to get the bonus, but not at the cost of bankrupting myself. I think we're good. Let's lock it in. And now's the moment of truth. Either I know what I'm talking about or I'm full of crap. And I wasted an hour of your time. So let's see here. This needs to be 5 stars, baby. 5 stars. 5 stars. Let's go. Nice. Got some fans off of that one. Okay, give me 3 or 4 stars. 4 stars. Amazing. Love that. Rivalry is a 3 now. This needs to be 4 stars, maybe 5. 4.5. Perfect. Okay, this we want 4 stars here as well. 3.5. That works. Nice. Popularity's up, and this must be 5 stars. Has to be 5 stars. Well, I didn't want him to win, but perfect. So we did really, really well there. Really well. And we're going to find out who's got the better brand after the first cycle here. Although, I still think we're in a better position in the long run. 4 stars. Look, they have 2 slots unbooked because they don't have enough people on the roster. So that tells you just what type of planning. Pathetic. Just bad. Four stars, that's fine. No promo there. Another tag match here. This will be just fine. 4 stars, that's actually pretty damn good. I mean, they did spend a lot of money on it. And look, these guys are both going to get injured here. Rivalry complete. I mean, they really went balls to the wall in that cycle to complete that rivalry. Amazing booking from me. And they also got an amazing booking. But I beat them on every match except for the 4th match. And I think it's going to be pretty close here when we look at the final results. 170,000 fans. That's a lot. And I lost a good chunk of money, but remember, I did buy a lot this week too. So, and I spent a lot of money on that backstage brawl. And they lost money too. So it ain't just me. And where are we after 5 weeks? I got a card. What did I get? I don't even know why I got the card, but I'll take it. And son of a bitch, he still beat me. He's beat me by 8,000 fans. So he was up by 40,000. and now it's within 8,000. Our budget is, I actually have more money than they do, and you see they're already starting to book nobody in some of their promos, and our roster just continues to grow. So I was wrong. I didn't pass them yet, but this is the hardest difficulty level, and we're right there with them. So this is how you run the game, and I would expect things to just continue to get better from here on out. We've got a bunch of level 3 rivalries. Their only number 1 rivalry is with Roman Reigns, and that rivalry is now complete, and all of their people are injured. They can't. They don't have any stamina left to wrestle, or else they're going to be out for some time. And we're good to go. So this is how I run GM mode in WWE 2K23. It's a lot of fun. I recommend it, especially if you're someone who does fantasy wrestling online. If you've ever wanted to run your own fed, this will help get you in the right mindset for how a show should run and how you want to balance things out, mix things up, when you should rest people, when people who have been on the shelf for too long need to get in some kind of work. There's value in cutting promos. There's value in the tag team division. It's smart to put titles on people, even if those titles aren't being used necessarily all the time. There's so many things that you can take away from this game and game mechanics that work in real life. In addition to that, you can look at the different matches and the type of results and rewards and costs for those matches. It applies very well to your to fictional wrestling, to fantasy wrestling, or your own indie shows. So there's just so much here to play with. There's so much to learn. My roster looks terrible. Nobody wants to watch a show where Tamina is the world champion and Massey is the men's champion. The other show has got Roman Reigns and Becky Lynch, but you look, our fans are virtually the same. And we're making just as much money as they are. And we got Finn Balor. So screw you, Eric Bischoff. This has been a blast for me. I hope that you enjoy the content. Thanks for watching Over the Top. If you haven't followed, liked, subscribed to the channel on YouTube, go ahead and do that. We put out content almost every day now, between gaming content, watch-along content, eFed content. We're doing Power Slap content. There's a little bit of everything there for everybody. Pop culture stuff. It's been a lot of fun to play along with you guys here. I hope you enjoyed it. It's good to see you guys back. It's been a while since I did a live stream here on Twitch, but we've got some more coming up. So until next time, thanks for being a friend, and I'll see you all down the road.